Babies are fascinated by faces, and attuned adults respond to this by vocalization, facial expression, and imitation. Right from the start, babies are active in showing preference for faces and responding by imitating adult gesture. Infants start to learn that they can make things happen as adults respond to and imitate their expressions, smiles, and vocalizations. This is also the beginning of the recognition that they are a separate being, as well as laying the foundation for understanding feelings and developing empathy. Babies don't start out with an awareness of feelings, but when a parent responds by sharing a feeling, for example happiness, and reflects it back, the baby becomes aware of having a feeling, and so emotional attunement develops. This is also known in the Solihull approach as containment, that process of receiving and understanding the communication of another and feeding it back. We can see how this lays the foundation for the infant's sense as a separate being with agency, and also the ways in which these experiences are helping to build the social brain. These are the very first steps in the ability to read faces, body language, and tone of voice, providing baby with the patterns for awareness of feelings in self and others, for empathy, and for joy in social interaction. We know from research that babies and children will look away at the end of an interaction. This allows the brain to process information and make connections. It is therefore important that parents and carers give the baby or child time to do this and wait for their cue to re-engage.
My brain grows better when you play with me. I need you to soothe me when I'm upset, but I also need you to make life interesting for me. Toys are great, but the best toy in the world for me is you. When you stick your tongue out at me, I copy you, and connections build in my brain, linking together, controlling my tongue, and communicating. That will help me learn to speak. When you pull faces at me, I copy you, and connections in my brain make links between the expression on my face and communicating. That will help me to understand feelings. When you play counting games, or singing games, or action games, my brain builds connections that help me to make sense of the world around me and to have fun. As I get older, playing with me and helping me to play on my own, or with other children, builds connections in my brain that make it possible for me to think and plan, to make sense of the world around me, and to develop social skills. And whenever I smile and you smile back at me, I feel happy. Happiness fills my body with chemicals that help my brain to grow.
When needs for effective attunement are not met, the child can have difficulty in recognising and responding to feelings in others. Children can present as very negative. Nothing pleases or engages the child, and there is no joy in social relationships and interaction. In extreme circumstances, a child may become prone to hurt others or be manipulative and lack remorse. It can be difficult to motivate the child. Motivation depends in some senses on the understanding of the feelings of others and the impact of behaviour. Sometimes too, children are stigmatised for their lack of social skill.